Hey there, I'm Adam Roberts, the Executive Director of Bethesda Green, here again with one of our accelerator companies from the Bethesda Green Innovation Lab. Today it's the delectable, tasty, healthy treats of JaM treats, and I'm here with Meredith, the founder, and she's going to tell us all about her business. Meredith, how are you doing during this coronavirus shutdown today?
I'm doing great, Adam. Thanks for having me. I actually am just super busy. I started off the quarantine taking lots of walks and enjoying some time outside. And for the past month or so, I think that was just the first week, because in the past month I've been too busy really to leave the kitchen or my car making deliveries, or the post office, so making shipments. So I've been busy.
Excellent. Good. Well, it sounds like you're cruising along and getting into a new routine, which I think we all have to do. Meredith, a lot of people who are watching this and getting this on social media may not yet be familiar with JaM Treats. They may not have had a chance to come to one of the Bethesda Green events. So can you just give us a little background about what the business is and what's so special about it?
I would love to. I make gluten-free, healthy, nutritiously focused, really delicious sweet snacks that are, I said delicious, but they're also more fuel than bakery item. So they're designed to satisfy your midday craving, but then kind of keep you going throughout your day and not make you feel bad about that cookie that you had, because it's not doing you any wrong.
That's excellent. So tell us what makes them so healthy and what sets them apart from other products.
Well, it's not even just that they're gluten-free. They are gluten-free, and they're also soy-free and dairy-free, but it's more what I choose to put in than what I omit. So I use, for my cookies, for instance, I use flours like buckwheat and millet and oat flour, all certified organic and gluten-free. And I use, for sweeteners, I use ingredients like raw honey and dates and coconut sugar. And so those are things that are going to help keep your blood sugar balanced, and nutritionally, any of those flours are far better than white or wheat flour for you. So that separates me from the other people who are making gluten-free treats out there. And the best part about my food is that when you're eating it, you don't feel as though you're eating something that's gluten-free or virtuous. You're just really happy that you're having something that that tastes great and makes you feel like you're doing something really good for yourself.
Yeah, that's great. And you talk a little bit about them being tasty and delicious, not just good for you. So maybe you want to mention a few of your products so people have a sense of what kinds of things you're producing.
Sure. So I make some raw bars, like granola bars, which are basically sort of a straight up granola bar, except mine have more of a variety of dried fruit in them, and mine have brown rice krispies in them, in addition to the traditional oats. So they're kind of different like that. And I also use a mix of like almond butter and peanut butter. So that also sets those sort of aside, apart. I also make a bar that we call love bars, because I couldn't come up with a name like, oh, I love these bars. Okay, that's what they are. And they are actually an oat-based bar made with, dates and cashews and some cinnamon and a little bit of chocolate throughout the bar and drizzled on top. And those are really terrific. And those are special because those don't have anything additional in them to sweeten them at all. It's just the dates. So that's really terrific. So they're kind of more of a mellow sweet. And then I make, let's see, granola bars, love bars. Oh, your favorite, the Peace bars.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my answer to like a Reese's peanut butter cup, because everybody loves the combo of chocolate and peanut butter. It's, it's just insane. So, but you don't necessarily want to be eating a Reese's peanut butter cup. I know I don't. I never wanted my kids or my family or anybody to. So this is my answer. It's like a layer of a peanut butter based bar, and then a layer of a cocoa based bar, just kind of rolled together. And two separate, they're called Peace, I guess, because they're two separate tastes coexisting peacefully together. And also the P is for peanuts and the C is for cashews. And that's those bars. I also make 2 different kinds of bites. I make an energy bite, which is like a chocolate sort of a profile. It's flavored with raw cacao and dates and prunes and oats and cashews. And then I also make a lemonade bite that is, somebody asked me once if I'd make a lemon bar. I'm like, oh, a lemon bar. I used to love lemon bars, but no, I can't make a lemon bar. So this is sort of my answer to a lemon bar, and they're delicious. They're also dates and cashews and oats, but lemons. And then the cookies. The cookies are terrific. I make an oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie that has raw cacao nibs in them for like a little bit of extra crunch and texture and all kinds of stuff, but it's like a delicious cookie. And then I make a DC cookie, DC for where we live, but also DC for double chocolate, because the cookie is, how could that be bad, right? It's a cocoa-based cookie studded with chocolate chips. And then my newest entrant into my profile of sweets is a power cookie, because I have a lot of people interested in being able to eat a breakfast cookie or something that feels more, sort of a cookie, but sort of not a cookie. And it's vegan. And that's got lots of seeds and, dried fruit and things like that. And also, by the way, so the power cookie, which is terrific any time of day, is vegan. And both of my oatmeal cookie and my DC cookies, both of those have vegan versions also. I almost said vegan virgins. That'd be funny. You can have a vegan version of those also. And they're equally delicious.
Excellent. That's great. Obviously, I'm trying to give you a platform to talk about your products. I'm pretending like I don't know what they are, but of course, as you know, I'm well familiar, having ordered them and enjoyed them in the past. And of course, my wife is gluten-free. I'm vegan. We're both vegan, but she's gluten-free as well. And of course, I ordered a bunch of your stuff for her for Valentine's Day, which went over well. And now, as you pointed out, I'm addicted to the Peace Bars, and having those in the morning with coffee, so good. Yeah. And the cookies as well. Really good stuff. And I think that's important, right? It's important for people, there are people like us who are vegan, gluten-free, and want products that taste good, that fit that dietary profile. But the key is to make sure that people understand that these are really good cookies. And so they're going to be able to satisfy anybody, not just people who are health conscious or have certain dietary restrictions. So it's great that you have such a wide profile of products. I'm really pleased to see that. And so tell me though, we've been tracking your progress obviously to date, and things globally have changed so drastically. So are there things that you're doing now that are unique and different because of the current situation we're in, where people are on lockdown, stuck at homes, and changing the way that we live and operate? Are you finding that you're doing different things during this time as well?
Yeah, well, these are strange times, but one of the strange aspects of the way we're living right now is that my daughter came home from college, and she's always been saying to me from, her busy days away, you should be doing more social media, and I knew I should be, and I knew that I should be more on Instagram. But when she came home, she took it upon herself to really make sure that I was a lot more relevant on Instagram. So that's enabled me to engage with current customers actually, and new customers, and all kinds of interesting, similarly minded food bloggers and all kinds of people. So that's gotten me actually a lot of business and a lot of interest and engagement in my local community, really, and the broader gluten-free and healthy food community. And then also, I don't know, I guess it was maybe 3.5 weeks ago or so, I heard through friends that other friends had started this organization called Feed the Fight. And they, it's amazing right now. Now they've got Kevin Bacon giving them shout outs. But they, what they were able to do is take donations for local businesses, but local restaurants, and gather food together every day, several times a day, to give to the emergency caregivers at our local hospitals, and now they're feeding fire stations and EMS crews, so at any rate, I was able to join with them, and which was terrific, because people were saying, well, I want to can I buy cookies and you'll give to them? And because they were coordinating the whole effort. So I said, sure. And I put a couple notifications out on Instagram. And then I sent an email to my customers, all the folks who've ordered from me in the past 4 or so years. And actually, immediately, my business, sort of exponentially grew. And so I've been doing a lot of caregiver donations, a lot of cookies and bites and granola bars. But the really wonderful thing out of it is that virtually everybody who's ordering for caregiver donations is also ordering for themselves. And so my business has been super duper busy, but it's not just, so it's feeding caregivers, feeding ourselves, and I'm finding a lot of people sending gifts, like their virtual hugs, basically, to friends from all over the country, or thanking donors for different local cultural organizations. And I guess everybody loves to get a cookie in the mail, and if they can get like a really, really good cookie or bar made by a local woman-owned business, that's health focused, and that's even better. So I've been, I was busy and learning and growing thanks to Bethesda Green, but I'm super busy, and it's a really good distraction for, just instead of thinking about all the things that I can't be doing, I'm just focused on delivering and fulfilling my orders.
That's great. That's great. And so then what happens for you when this all ends? So in 3 or 4 months, where do you think JaM Treats is going to be? Let's just assume that things get relatively back to normal. What do you foresee as the future for you before the end of the year?
Well, so my plan's always been to really grow my business through retail, through markets. So I'm going to be, as restrictions might start easing up, I'm going to be going to some local markets to start, giving them samples and start making my presence a reality locally, so that you don't just have to buy online. You can go to, your Yes Organic Market maybe, or your Balducci's hopefully, and pull my products off the shelves. So that's on the horizon. We'll see how quickly that grows. And then also, I know that, again, my presence on social media isn't going to change. It's only going to grow. And my interaction with my customers isn't going to diminish. That's going to grow. And I think that also people are really enjoying the opportunity to give back to people who need through somebody like me. So for instance, some of our granola bars went to Martha's Table last week, and it was part of Feed the Fight. But you know what, Martha's Table, like organizations like that, need food, throughout the year, regardless of what else is happening. And so I suspect that people are going to continue to want to use JaM Treats to nourish others who are in need throughout. But we'll see. Really, primarily, I'm going to be in retail, all throughout the DMV.
That's excellent. Good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing that. And in the meantime, you mentioned social media a bunch. So if people want to go on and they want to order their Peace Bars and their DC cookies and their lemonade bites, why don't you give everybody the website address, and then they can find the social media, I presume, from there.
Sure. So I'm at jamtreats.com. That's my website. And my Instagram is JamTreats. So that's super easy.
Yeah, that's great. Good. Well, Meredith, thank you very much for joining me and taking some time away from crushing dates and cashews to talk. I appreciate it. And I'll look forward to getting my next shipment in the mail.
Yes. Thank you, Adam.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.